That young woman who pushed her friend off a 60-foot-tall bridge into a river in Washington State, now telling her side of the story. The video, of course, of that incident went viral. You can see Taylor Smith's hand actually reach out, there it is, and push Jordan Holgerson. Smith appeared on ABC and told them what happened.
She wanted to jump and she was scared, and she had asked me to give her a push, and I didn't think about the consequences. I thought she would be fine.
Were you surprised that she was hurt?
I was, but then again, I was with her when she came out of the water and I knew something was wrong, so it wasn't that big of a surprise, I guess.
The fall broke Holgerson's ribs, bruised her esophagus, and injured her trachea. Otherwise, she is expected to be okay. For her part, Smith says she didn't mean for anyone to get hurt, and she will accept whatever punishment might be ahead of her.
It's scary. I mean, I accept whatever the prosecutor thinks is best for me, considering I caused not only bodily harm, but emotional trauma as well. But I just hope for the best.
Prosecutors are now reviewing the case and could make an announcement anytime now. B.J. Bernstein's a former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney. She joins me now. What kind of charges could this young girl be facing?
Well, it could either be a misdemeanor or a felony, and I think that's part of why the prosecutor is reviewing it, and law enforcement's doing the right thing about letting the DA's office or the prosecutor's office out there decide. Because on the one hand, these are young people who are out there, they're horsing around. When you see the videotape, I hear what Ms. Smith is saying now, but there is a pause where clearly this young lady doesn't want to jump, and she pushes her, and that is a crime. That is a crime in this context. Then the flip side of it is this the type of intentional act that causes serious injury in the same way as a shooting or something like that? And of course it's not. And so having it in the prosecutor's office, the first big threshold, felony or misdemeanor, and then from there, what should the punishment be?
Do they take into consideration that teenagers, I was one of them myself, did all sorts of knucklehead things. We don't think about consequences at that age, especially when you're with your peer group, having fun, outdoors, no adults around. Do they take that into consideration? I'm not excusing the behavior, but I'm just wondering if there is some sort of, I don't know, consideration that should be made.
Well, and that's the magic of prosecutorial discretion. As a criminal defense attorney now, what you're saying is what I see. I have a lot of young clients who do a lot of stupid things. Now, if you're, my age and 54 years old and pushing someone off a bridge, that's totally different. The one thing here, though, is that it is clearly noted you're not supposed to jump for the bridge. And so that puts everybody, including the victim, having violated probably a law that's there that says you can't do that.
And then, BJ, also, what about this notion? And granted, this is from the young woman who pushed her. She says that she was asked to push her in. Does that bear any credence? I've seen also the interview on the Today Show with regard to the victim, and she's not indicating that. And the video that went viral, I can catch snippets of it. It's been taken down now off YouTube, obviously for a number of reasons. You don't want it to become a sensation, inspiring other people to do things. But that's why there may be some sort of prosecutorial action, because the part that I saw, and again, it could be incomplete, she clearly had chickened out on jumping, and then the push came, and she's egging her on to jump. All right. Well, it's tough. These kind of situations are tough. This girl was injured severely, and the emotional trauma as well will last with her, I'm sure. We'll have to wait to see what actually happens. B.J. Bernstein, thank you so much for your time on this Friday.
Thanks, Michaela.